Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and in my first video when I said there's a lot of news today, I was not kidding. This piece of news is particularly awesome. Look at this tweet from Ripple coming out early this morning. This is the official Ripple Twitter account right here. Tweeted out, my God, they have a lot of followers. 939,300 followers. Jeez. They'll be at 1 million before you know it. Anyway, they tweeted out, more exciting news. Ripple has partnered with BitPay to enable thousands of businesses to accept XRP for payments. So I'm going to run through that. I've also got a story, and this is kind of fascinating. So I'm going to share with you a quote in just a minute or two or three or whatever here from Mark Cuban. It's a positive quote on the BitPay website. And then I've got an article from just like a couple days ago, which I didn't get around to covering the day it was released, and I was just going to pass it. There's enough to talk about that day. There's too much to talk about. But now I have a reason to bring it up, because it's about Mark Cuban saying he'd rather have bananas than Bitcoin. So those are it's like conceptually at odds, those two concepts, so I'm going to run through that with you. And the last thing I'm going to cover in this video I found quite fascinating. Look at the title, look at this. Bitcoin is a settlement layer and not a payments layer, claims Blockstream's Samson Mao. Or Mo, I don't know how to say it. But anyway, before we get going here, if you would please delicately tap that like button. And if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel. This is indeed an XRP-centric channel. Talking about it every day. And sometimes some other crypto-related stuff. But I always save that stuff for the end if it's not specific to Ripple or XRP or other developers building on top of the blockchain. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So here's a piece from AMB Crypto. BitPay to natively support XRP by the end of 2019. While Ripple has been focused on establishing dominance in the cross-border payments market, XRP supporters have remained patient to witness the token's growth in terms of trading value and use cases. This vision finally materialized as Coil, the crypto-based content monetization platform, announced its latest partnership with one of Ripple's latest initiatives. The news was made public through Ripple's official tweet, which read, "More exciting news. Ripple has partnered with BitPay to enable thousands of businesses to accept XRP for payments." And so I'm not exactly thrilled with how that was framed. In terms of utility, obviously, XRP is being used today, literally today, and Ripple's XRapid product, even if they're dropping the XRapid name, which it seems like they are. Let's just call it on-demand liquidity, ODL. Okay, fine, whatever they want to do. But still, it's getting used today, and certainly Coil as well here. But yeah, I don't know why you framed it in terms of utility the way they did. That's whatever. Coil highlighted on its official website about its vision to natively support XRP, which will enable thousands of businesses to accept XRP for payments through BitPay's merchant processing and cross-border payments platform safely, securely, and compliantly by the end of 2019. So this is happening rather soon. We're already in fourth quarter. Can you believe that? It's October. We're in the fourth quarter of 2019 already. Time be flying. It further mentioned, quote, "This will allow global businesses to accept XRP without any need for integration or enhancements. Additionally, BitPay's wallet users will be able to store, use, and send XRP in the BitPay wallet." And then the piece continues, "In addition to supporting the XRP token, Coil also mentioned that the BitPay wallet will also integrate with Spring, which is aimed at enabling easier system integrations for developers of any kind of business." On the side note, the ever-rising acceptance of cryptocurrencies through such initiatives instill confidence in the market and removes the barrier to entry for consumers to engage with digital assets in a tangible and practical way. So, there you go, BitPay. Here's the BitPay website. Let's use XRP as money. So look, it says here, accept Bitcoin for online payments. And this is global reach new markets instantly, eliminate fraud, no chargebacks or ID theft, just 1%, no hidden fees ever. And so I'm going to scroll down here. Check this out. Here's a quote from Mark Cuban. "BitPay allows our global fans to seamlessly make purchases with the Mavs." Right on the front page of BitPay. Okay, sounds like a solid endorsement, which is why I found this fascinating. This is from Cointelegraph just 2 days ago, September 30th, right? "I'd rather have bananas, tech billionaire Mark Cuban on Bitcoin. How about that?" Billionaire technology investor Mark Cuban said that he would be happier owning bananas than Bitcoin. I will say this, there's more utility to the bananas than Bitcoin, so I think that's fair, actually. I'm okay with that. Cuban made his remarks in a video Q&A published on YouTube by technology news outlet Wired on September 27th. During the Q&A session, he answered to a Twitter user asking why Cuban hates crypto if he is into providing opportunity for people to grow their net worth. First, Cuban seemingly suggested that the issue he had with Bitcoin is that its price is determined by the market's demand for it. And here's a quote from Mark. Here's the thing about crypto, particularly Bitcoin. Bitcoin is worth what somebody will pay for it. And then the piece continues. Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. So Cuban then argued that Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. To better explain his thoughts on the matter, he compared the crypto asset to artwork, comic books, and baseball cards. And here's a quote from Mark. Did you ever see someone who collected baseball cards? And they were really, really, really proud of their baseball cards because they kept saying they were going to go up in price. Comic books, same thing, even artwork. There's no real intrinsic value. You can't eat a baseball card. Your artwork might look good on the wall, but not much you can do with it. Bitcoin, there's even less you can do with it. At least I can look at my baseball card. I can look at artwork. And so I would like to say this. Say what you will about Bitcoin. I'm an XRP dude for tons of reasons I've cited on this channel over and over again. But I got to say this. Mark Cuban is using the wrong valuation model here to determine the value of Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency. You got to look at the network effect of it also, and also he probably doesn't realize this, but enables businesses to have business models that literally could not otherwise exist. Case in point, Ripple utilizing XRP as a bridge currency. Because it takes trust out of the equation. You can't do it without a cryptocurrency, and so of course there's genuine intrinsic value right there for those reasons. And so just when people, I see people make the type of argument he's making here, and I think they fundamentally just don't get it, and they're using it just purely, plain and simple, the wrong valuation model. Use that valuation model for other products, that's fine. Doesn't make sense in the context of cryptocurrencies at all. Anyway, the piece continues. Cuban then raised the concern that Bitcoin is too complicated for the average person, given the great number of options for its storage and theft prevention needs. This is where he notes that Bitcoin, often called digital gold, is actually really like gold. And here's a quote from him. I say it's like gold. Gold is a religion. People who are really into gold, they'll tell you that there's a bad depression and things go to hell in a handbasket. If you own gold, then you'll be okay. No, you won't. You carry around a gold bar, someone's going to hit your ass, knock you out, and steal your gold bar, and it's going to happen again and again and again. I'd rather have bananas. I can eat bananas. Crypto, not so much. I don't think it's a particularly enlightened point of view. I don't think that he has opinions. I don't think that he's fully armed himself with knowledge prior to forming opinions. So it doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, and then the piece continues. This idea is in line with what Cuban said in August when he noted that Bitcoin is fundamentally similar to gold and defined them both as collectibles. Cuban did admit that he is not against cryptocurrencies. However, he warned investors to be very careful as, at best, their stored value. That's flatly wrong. At best of their stored value, that's just one thing. That's one use case. No, Mark, you're wrong. As Cointelegraph reported in July, Cuban defined Facebook's Libra stablecoin as a big mistake. He noted that globally and in countries where there isn't a lot of rule of law or a lot of government stability or currency stability, then it could be dangerous. Which I make the case for that. Please, make the case for that. Libra is fiat currency. It is. It's a blend of them, but it still is fiat currency. What are you talking about? I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible to make that case, but to what degree is that likely? It's no more likely than just the U.S. dollar, being dangerous to some sort of other fiat currency in another country that's potentially in danger of rampant inflation or something to that effect. Why would the basket of the fiat currencies be more dangerous than just the individual currencies? Just make the case to me. I'd hear you out on it, but having thought through it, I don't see that to be a reasonable stance currently. I'll be open-minded on that. I'm willing to think through it more, but I don't think so. That's where I'm at on it anyway. All right, check out this tweet from somebody on Twitter named Chris who tagged me, Moon Lambo. I just went to buy some XRP from CoinMama, and my payment wouldn't go through. I contacted the bank here in the UK, and they said they won't allow the purchase of crypto. WTF? Paid the same bank on many occasions. Paid with the same bank on many occasions before. What's your thoughts? My thoughts: get a new bank. I am not remotely okay with this type of censorship from banks. Not remotely. If my bank were doing that, they'd be gone. Absolutely, and I've been with them forever. I would absolutely exit. To me, that's offensive. They're not protecting you. That's offensive, frankly. So, that's absolutely what I do. I wasn't familiar with CoinMama. That's an interesting name for a cryptocurrency exchange. But look, I hear these types of things happening from time to time. I don't think the issue is rampant. I don't know if it's different over in the UK, if things are just more stringent in general in the United States. From time to time, I've heard stories like this. And to me, the answer has always been just leave the bank and tell them why. That's just stupid. But sorry that happened to you. That sucks. But man, good luck. I mean, you could try talking to them and just see if you can straighten it out and see if they'll let you do it. But I'd probably just leave them. Frankly, I know it's kind of annoying to close an account and set up a new one, but I think I would do that. Yeah. All right. Last piece here. Bitcoin is a settlement layer and not a payments layer, claims Blockstream Samson Mo. I don't know what it said. Recently, Blockstream CSO Samson spoke at the Upbit Developer Conference 2019 about Liquid and creating Lightning networks for any asset issued on Liquid. Mo started by hyping the new and advanced technologies that are coming to Bitcoin for the improvement of its scaling issues. He spoke about Schnorr signatures, which act as a replacement for ECDSA, allowing signature aggregation to improve privacy and block space efficiency. And don't worry, if you don't know what the hell that meant, you're not stupid. I don't either. It gets a little too techie right there, but that's perfectly okay. You don't need to understand that to understand conceptually what's going on in this article. Anyway, he also mentioned Taproot and Graftroot, which will allow for more complex smart contracts on Bitcoin, while also enabling unused branches to be made private, and scriptless scripts that allow for cross-chain atomic swaps. And so here's a quote from him. Bitcoin is not a payments layer, but a settlement layer. Lightning allows Bitcoin to be used for payments, like in a store, for coffee or machine-to-machine transactions. Blockstream has one of the main Lightning implementations, C Lightning, and we've seen parabolic growth since the mainnet launch in 2018. And the piece continues. Other tech advancements by Blockstream were also highlighted by Mo, including external channel funding, dual-funded channels, upgraded privacy, and plugins, which allows users to extend the capabilities of C Lightning nodes in any popular programming language. The primary point of the talk was Liquid, the first commercial production sidechain anchored to Bitcoin, one that allows for inter-exchange settlements. Speaking about Liquid, Mo said, quote, "When Bitcoin sees congestion, it can slow down." Yeah, no kidding. Liquid is a separate chain for financial transactions only, which helps it in being more scalable. We can have a full settlement in Liquid in roughly 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes? Oh my gosh. Lord. Every transaction is confidential, and you can issue assets on the Liquid side chain representing fiat stablecoins or other digital assets. And with just one Liquid implementation, exchanges can access all the different assets issued on Liquid. Lord, God, just quit using stupid Layer 1 technology, please. Please stop using stupid Layer 1 technology. Bitcoin, come on. It's just a novelty. Put it in a museum. It's fine. We can appreciate it because it was the first cryptocurrency, but it belongs in a museum. That's it. He also spoke about how Bitcoin is brought into Liquid through a two-way peg, which requires 102 confirmations on the main chain to avoid security issues. However, pegging back to Bitcoin only takes 2 confirmations, and while Bitcoin is secured by the miners, Liquid is secured by the functionaries running functionary boxes to generate blocks every minute. Mo also brought up how Tether had started issuing USDT on Liquid to take advantage of its confidentiality features. And here's a quote from him again. On protocols like Ethereum, you create tokens using complex JavaScript like smart contracts, which open up all sorts of attack surfaces. In Liquid, every asset is native to the chain, meaning a stablecoin issued on the network is at the same security level as Bitcoin. And the piece continues. He then went into further detail about Miniscript, a new and more human-readable language for reading Bitcoin script, with some features stripped out to make it less buggy and vulnerable. He explained how it can be used to construct a smart contract, which then can be compiled down to the Bitcoin script to be used on the blockchain. According to Mo, Lightning is now functional on Liquid, meaning one can have a Lightning network on top of a Liquid asset like Tether. Due to this, Blockstream is repositioning Liquid to be a layer 1.5 rather than layer 2 to better represent how it interacts with Bitcoin and Lightning. You know, if you want to move Bitcoin around, you can just do it on the XRP ledger. Okay, so literally, I don't know how many of you realize this. I talked about it once somewhat recently, but the XRP ledger has a built-in decentralized exchange. Not too many people know about that. And so you can issue IOUs on the XRP ledger representative of anything. You know, it could be Bitcoin, and then you just have to to trust the issuer in that particular case. But it's just funny enough that the quickest way to move Bitcoin in that capacity would just be to do it using an IOU in the XRP ledger, which is fun. It's fun to know that. That's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!